Hi, welcome to Invert Aim, Gaming Done Differently. My name's Chloe and I'm here with Ryan and Brendan. How's it going, guys?
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. So this is the debut episode of Invert Aim. A little bit of nervous excitement / anticipation going on in here.
There's a good energy in the room.
Always good energy with you guys. Always good energy.
It's been a while coming, so it's good. It's good to be here.
So, what's been happening?
It's all been happening. It's been a busy week in gaming. I've played a slew of titles which we'll be diving into at a later stage. The big one I want to just mention about that is well worth everybody's time is Hellblade: Senua's Revenge. It's a very, very intricate sort of retelling of Norse mythology coupled with sort of a mental illness sort of flavour. It's unlike anything I've played.
I'm glad you tried to say it though, because I was just going to say Hellblade. I was going to leave out the Senua's Revenge in case I messed it up. But no, I absolutely recommend that game. Like, it is insanely good from the time that I've had to play it. As you said, it sort of touches a lot on a lot of mental illness factors, which is not a lot of games do. And they do it really well, like really, really well. And it's also one of the best looking games I've ever seen.
It's fantastic. It's a PlayStation 4 and Windows exclusive at time of writing today. It's only available on the digital store here on the Australian shore, so you can't get it at EB or JB or any of those shop fronts for now. It's about a 14 gigabyte download, so if you are a bit thirsty on the internet here, as we seem to struggle with here in Australia, just allocate a bit of time. It's about $60 Australian,
30,
thereabouts.
30 on Steam.
No, it's US.
So that'd still be
So that's
a little
about
bit cheaper.
7,000 Australian dollars.
Yeah, dollary dues,
Roughly $7,500, but it's definitely worth your money. Yeah, hands down one of the best games I've played in a while. So
Awesome. Might have to pick it up.
I don't know what else I've been doing this week. I've just been playing that, and that's about it really. Haven't really done anything else. Played some WoW, as always.
No one cares
Played
about
some
WoW.
WoW.
No one cares about WoW.
Everyone cares about WoW because it's great.
The numbers are dwindling on that month on month, year on year. It is
New expansion
a
soon.
dead horse.
New expansion
Dead
soon.
horse.
New expansion. So we're good. We're still pumping. There'll be plenty more expansions for World of Warcraft, and you'll be wishing you were playing.
Give us some rundown.
I've been hitting up Overwatch. The summer games have arrived, of course, and I am enjoying it. I'm loot box crazy, playing Lucio Ball, and really bad at it.
Have you got any of those sweet Australian themed skins?
Not yet. I am hustling. So my whole strategy is to grind through, get all those sweet arcade modes, get all those loot boxes, and then
Hope for the best.
hope for the best, and then buy on the last day. Use your gold. Just buy those skins that you want that you didn't get.
Yeah, I got them already. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, I want that Soldier 76 skin. So bad.
Barbecue Man.
Daddy, I love
The
it.
only thing that I'll say about this summer event that it's really annoyed me so far is they don't have an AFK system. So if you play 3v3 Lucio Ball, it doesn't kick someone out. So last night I played 3v3 and one guy was AFK the whole match and it made me really mad. So
And for those that don't know, 3v3 means 3 players against 3 players.
that's right.
So,
They know.
all right, so let's dive into this first segment. We're going to be talking about the next gamer in conjunction with Intel. What are your thoughts on it? Did you want me to give you a little bit of a rundown on the premise, or you guys are pretty up to speed with it, or?
I know I'm definitely up to speed with what's going on. I think it's a pretty interesting one to talk about, to say the least. I know that you and I have talked about it previously, and I know we touched on it a little bit over the last couple of weeks of just sort of meeting up and chatting about stuff. And there's a lot of concerns as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cool premise for a show.
Yeah. Well, let's unpack that premise first, I think.
Yep.
So, it's a reality show based on video gamers, which is something I guess we can dive on in a second. In conjunction with Intel, here in Australia, 40 would-be gamers have submitted their promotional video or their application video via YouTube, and from there, 40 go into this initial tournament, and then 10 are chosen, and then they go into this quote-unquote gaming house based here in Sydney, and then they go through a whole slew of mental and physical challenges to maximise their gaming potential, at the hope of becoming the next gamer, winning $10,000 in Australian, so that's about 35 cents US, and also a 6-month contract with Direwolves, who are one of the biggest League of Legends teams here on the Australian or the Oceania circuit.
Which recently got bought out by an AFL team.
Yeah.
quite a big thing.
Yeah.
So it was AFL or soccer for them. I think it might have
AFL, I
been
think.
yeah.
One of those dumb sports.
It's one of those normal sports for nerds. But no, so that's obviously a pretty big thing as well. You know, they got bought out by a team, so they have a lot of funding behind them, which is obviously really, really good for these kids that are going in this comp. I want to watch some of the highlight videos. I want to watch like the applications because I imagine they would have been great.
How do you think it's going to go? Like gaming, I know, like going back to the stereotypical gaming you know, gamers are seen as meek little pasty nerds that live in their mum's basement and all this. Like, how's that going to translate to television? Like, I like to be entertained and I like characters. I'm just worried it's going to be like paint by numbers type of thing with these kids.
You're worried we're going to get the Big Brother treatment and like start painting narratives and like getting the good guys and the bad guys.
I wonder if Hot Dogs is available. He could maybe apply to get on this show.
It's his time to shine.
The problem with that, though, is like, you know, as time moves on with this show, I don't know really how long it goes for, but if people are trying to become this personality in the show and they're trying to sort of build themselves up as a character, if they sort of have this character that comes across really arrogant or comes across as a bit of a dick, to be honest, it's going to be really hard because a lot of these big orgs don't want to work with them. If that's sort of the way that they act or that's the character that they have, they might put themselves in that bad situation.
I don't know. You're a bit of a dick and you do pretty well in the Twitch community. So I think you should be fine.
Thanks, Brendan. Thanks, Brendan.
You're a lovable dick.
Look,
yeah, but I couldn't do half the things that I did if I was with some big org.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think it's a great opportunity to have these kids get this kind of like real life pressure experience that they might not be getting, and letting them play in a finals, you know, a 5-team, the Direwolves, you know, like that's an opportunity that they're not going to get. So this is a really good way to like start pushing forward talent and giving them like these kind of opportunities.
It's a great premise for a show. I hope that it does well. I just hope that it's entertaining outside of like a couple of kids in a house playing, because if they just sort of bucket them into the house, they're all sort of sitting there, they're all just playing, right? And that's all they're doing.
No, there's physical challenges as well. So we're going to see them like out in the real world, running around,
trying to open a jar of pickles or
exactly,
something like that.
And trying to do it as a team, like five people. Like
see, I don't really like that though. See, I don't.
You don't like team sports?
Maybe it's because I'm a bigger guy, so I'm going to relate to the bigger players out there, right? But what if some guy is the best player there, right, and he can't run a kilometre or he can't do some physical challenge?
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he doesn't win the show or win the money.
No,
surely the game's constructed around that.
Like the physicality and the mental side of it isn't tied into they're going to get points and do well.
They're all skinny minis.
I'm not worried about any of them. I could beat them in a race to the door.
But that's my only concern. Like I know that they have to make the show entertaining, but I hope that it's still an even playing field for maybe someone that's not sort of fit, right? Because we see that in sort of, you know, media with gaming now already. When you look at some of the TV and the people that get interviewed and stuff, it's this idea that every single gamer is some really fit person these days. And it's just not true, right?
Yeah, but you don't have to be fit to have mental fortitude. And I think like that's, hopefully that's where they're going with this.
Yeah.
So
hopefully.
Yeah, it's that mental toughness.
I think it's going to be a lot of that where there'll be sort of almost like some mentoring going on where they might have sports science people in there saying, you know, you need to break up. You can't just sit at a chair for 10 hours a day. You need to go out and exercise, or here's some exercises to avoid carpal tunnel or neck strain or whatever it might be. That's where I'm assuming they're going to try and go with it, try and play on that health aspect.
You'd hope so. Yeah. I did an event for Bethesda a little while ago and they brought in a breathing coach and that was...
Well, breathing is essential in life, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. No. He was really eccentric.
Kudos to that man actually making money out of showing someone how to breathe.
Yeah. And he was also a sword artist.
I could take some tips, so...
And he taught us how to woohoo. But yeah.
To woohoo.
Yeah, woohoo.
Woohoo, okay.
So,
it's taking me back to The Sims a little bit.
But I think I think it's a great idea. I think it's exciting. I think it's new for the gaming community, especially here in Australia, and I'm assuming it's going to be Australia and New Zealand. This is going to be broadcast on, and then obviously streaming services around the world as well. It's good that there's going to be exposure, but yeah, as you both touched on, the entertainment thing is going to be the biggest question mark surrounding this. You know, they could be massive, large personalities, and they could be fantastic gamers as well. So we'll find out. I think it kicks off in about a fortnight's time, so I'm a little bit excited to watch the debut episode.
Well, the guys running it are good people. So I know we all sort of know them personally. So I know that they're good dudes. So I've got a lot of faith in them. They've been around the gaming industry for quite some time now as well.
They know
so they're not silly. They also, do a lot of advertising work and stuff. So I think that they're not just going to sort of sit kids in like it's a LAN and then have a video in the top corner and just watches these kids play all day.
Yeah.
So,
it's not a cash grab. It's definitely about promoting esports.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's a positive no matter what. Like in New Zealand, they already have schools versus schools. For people that didn't know, they have esports sort of leagues between different schools in New Zealand, and it does really, really well. And it's a super positive thing, right? So, yeah.
One last thing. There's a live finale that's going to be attached to this. Yes. What do you think the over or under are on shoeies that are going to be shown in the live finale? Over under 5?
I'm going to say none.
None. I'm going to say 2.
You're going to say 2?
Yep.
Ooh, I'm a gambling person. I'm going to go 3.
Okay.
I just have to have it, yeah.
Well, let's check that out. But anyone out there that does have any feedback, thoughts, opinions on the next game, hit us up at Invert Aim on all the socials. Open up a dialogue. Let's have a chat.
So it's no surprise now that we see a little bit of corporate placement in video games. So let's talk about Destiny 2.
Yeah, Destiny 2. Destiny 2. So Blizzard Activision, championing this game, have come out this week and have confirmed upcoming, tied into the release in September, October, they're going to be doing cross-promotion with not only Pop-Tarts, but Rockstar Energy Drink. So there's some more things attached to it behind that. I guess we should probably unpack them first. Regarding the Rockstar partnership, you can buy exclusive Destiny Rockstar energy cans, right? And that's all well and good. It's got some limited art and people love that kind of stuff. But the thing that gets up my goat about this is you can only get specific loot or equipment for your characters in Destiny 2 by purchasing this energy drink. And it's the same as with the Pop-Tarts. You can get double XP by purchasing Destiny Pop-Tarts in whatever flavour.
My question, just quickly before I forget, in regards to that, is what if the Pop-Tarts aren't available in Australia?
They probably won't be. They're very hard to find.
Amazon Prime.
Exactly. So a lot of that's one concern that comes up straight away, right, is what if the energy drink isn't available in Australia? Because there's been a lot of promotions done like that before, and they haven't been available in Australia. And then with Pop-Tarts, I don't really know many places that I can go and get Pop-Tarts that aren't some like convenience store that sells specifically like US products, right?
And let's be real here. Pop-Tarts are crap. Like, I'm a Destiny fan. I love Destiny 2. I've played the beta. I'm all about it when it drops later this year. But I'm not going to be ponying up a couple of dollars to get a crap breakfast biscuit, to get some double XP. Like,
you don't have to eat it. Like, how much is the double XP bonus worth to you? Is it worth a couple of bucks though?
It's the principle.
It's the principle.
I'm not going to attach my name to an average product like Pop-Tarts.
I mean, me too. I would never. Absolutely not. I think product placement is terrible, and I personally would never do it. But no, I think it's I actually have no problem with it. If you can't tell, I personally think it's an okay thing to do. Majority of my friends and a majority of people that I play with drink energy drinks already. Not necessarily that energy drink, but we already drink energy drinks. So if I can then gain something out of it a little bit as well. Not really a big Pop-Tart fan, but I don't hate them like Brendan for some reason. But
Devil discs, mate.
Devil discs. That's right. But no, I don't mind the cross promotion stuff because for the most part it's stuff that we're going to buy anyway, and it doesn't really hurt anyone. You know, it's if you want the double experience, as long as there's another way that you can get the double experience as well.
You can't get it in game. That's what gets me. Like,
I've had enough.
Not the CCs. Not the CCs. I don't have an issue if it's just a generic, let's say, throwaway cosmetic piece in a game. You know, maybe it's a car skin or like a hat or whatever the hell. But when it might be a game-changing advantage like this double XP, it sort of spits in the face of the other fans that are more than happy to just work their way through it, do it the right way, you know, push through and experience the game in its entirety instead of a slightly watered down.
So this is like pay to win.
Yeah.
Almost,
yeah.
You know.
I still don't mind it. I don't mind because it's like if you really want that double XP, go and buy a packet of Pop-Tarts. If you really, really want it that bad, just go and buy a packet of Pop-Tarts. If you really want that skin that comes with it, go out there and buy that energy drink, whatever it may be, right? I think it's, Rockstar? So just go and buy a can of Rockstar if that's what you need to do. Otherwise, go and buy a packet of Pop-Tarts. I don't think it's that bad of a thing. Like, yes, they could have done it in different ways. And I'm assuming that they'll probably have some sort of promotion to get it in other ways, maybe. leading up afterwards. But for now, I don't really see the spend $10, get some Pop-Tarts, eat the Pop-Tarts. It can't be that bad.
Put in the work, kids. That's the
levels.
thing. Put in the hard work.
I love it. I'm betting that the cosmetic skin will be like a little Rockstar T-shirt or something.
Yeah.
You know,
There'll be a big Rockstar insignia on like a cape or some bull crap. So.
Or just like a little Pop-Tart like on the helmet sticker.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking forward to that.
So this is obviously not the first time these things have happened. It's definitely not going to be the last as gaming continues to grow and become more of a global phenomenon and a money earner. You're going to see this more and more. You'll start seeing the Cokes and the Pepsis and the KFCs. They'll all be throwing their hat in the ring to get some kind of leg up on it. So it's something we're going to have to deal with. It annoys me. I think rightfully so. Ryan, not so much. Where do you sit? You're like, sort of sitting on the fence here.
Yeah, I am sitting on the fence a little bit. It kind of reminds me of that callback of, when Coke and Pepsi used to you submit a logo or like the wrapper or something and you get like a T-shirt and stuff like that. And it's like, I feel like this has kind of always been around, but instead of like a physical T-shirt now, I'm just getting...
It's a digital
digital skin. And
Makes
it's like,
sense.
look, if I care enough to get the skin, why not?
And that's my thing as well, is like, I've got a lot of free space on this arm. So, if the show does well, I can probably pick up a few sponsors on this arm.
CCs, if you're watching, drop him an email.
V, hit me with a line. So, but no, like it's, again, I don't have a huge problem with that. I think it's something that we're going to see anyway. It's just an easy way for them to do cross-promotion with stuff that they probably are already drinking or already eating anyway. Maybe I don't really agree with the brands too much, but I still think it's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only thing for me is the double XP is the sticking point. I like cosmetic stuff, I don't mind so much, but it's...
Exactly, but when it is pay to win loosely, that's when it just gets too much for me.
Yeah.
Everyone should be on the level playing field. Just because you might have more disposable income or more money to put towards these things to get that leg up, it doesn't mean they should make that available to you.
I'll remember this when I'm higher level than you in Destiny 2. Because I've been drinking Rockstars.
Yeah.
So
it's because you've got 12 packets of Pop-Tarts for breakfast.
And he's just like,
I'm just eating them at the same time. See you later, sucker. Have fun at level 3. All right, the next big thing, and I think this is one of the biggest things that we'll probably talk about this week, Dota 2 and esport prize money is absolutely, absolutely insane. We spoke about it a little bit today. For anyone that doesn't know, the prize pool for TI7, I think we're up to, which is Dota 2 Internationals. First place is $10 million for the org.
Just a casual 10 mil.
Second prize, I think, is roughly $6 million. Total prize pool in all of it is $24 million.
Yeah.
Now, the biggest thing to point out with that is that it's all community funded. So Valve does a thing where people can then buy skins or they can buy level ups in the game. They can buy little custom frame loading screens and stuff like that. And that's only 25% of the money raised goes to prize pool.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Like, I love that Valve are adopting this mentality where they are sort of engaging with the community and providing certain items or unique experiences if they do pony up a couple of dollars to build up to this big international tournament, which is, it's running right now. You said you've been watching it a little bit.
I was up to about 7 a.m. today watching it, so I wanted to see the...
We just couldn't sleep because of all the sugar from the Pop-Tarts? Is that the reason?
I actually had a sugar-free mother.
Oh,
thank you. So, sugar-free.
Living that healthy lifestyle.
That is very healthy for me, so it doesn't even count as an energy drink.
Yeah, so...
I feel lied to.
Because it's sugar-free, it's not an
energy drink.
It
is, there's nothing in it.
Isn't there guarana in it still?
No, it's good.
You looked me in the eye and said you hadn't had an energy drink this week.
It's sugar-free.
Liar.
It doesn't count.
Liar.
Right.
Healthy.
Disregard the lies. Here's a couple of the truth bombs for you guys. So going back the last 3 years, the tournament originally had an $18 million prize pool in 2015. 2016 it went up to 20, and now it's since jumped to 24.6 million US dollars. So it's just on the upswing. The community is hungry for it. It's savage. Like, it's still probably the biggest game in the world, would you say, as far as a professional game?
It's weird with Dota 2, right? So there's a lot of games that pull a lot bigger numbers. And they always do really, really well with TI. They get a lot of views on Twitch and they get a lot of views sort of in social media and stuff like that. But outside of TI, it doesn't actually do that well in a sense of like people always talking about Dota or esport websites talking about Dota. It's usually League of Legends or Counter-Strike or those types of games. Right now, it's sort of Overwatch a little bit as well. But when you look at Dota 2 as a whole, it's really only these massive tournaments that we're seeing a lot of hype around it. And there's a lot of sort of Chinese teams that just go absolutely mental with Dota 2. and there's a lot of EU teams as well. US, it's sort of NA and Oceanic is a little bit rough, but no, it's these big tournaments that you see. Outside of that, not so much.
Yeah, well, like I sort of did a little bit of research on top overall prize pools available for gaming tournaments over the years, and MOBAs, which is what Dota 2 falls into, which League of Legends falls into, they take out 17 of the top 19 as far as top prize pools available. And then there's also a Halo and a Call of Duty tournaments that's got to look in there as well. The rest of it is just all MOBA crazy. So it's insane the amount of money that they generate from these things. And as you said before, 10.6 million to the winningest team.
Yeah, but what I love is that it's community funded. That's the thing. Like, there's an incredible force behind this, and people want to pour this money and support it into Dota, which is insane.
Absolutely, and it's even, as I sort of said earlier, you know, you look at prize pools in general now for gaming, right? And this is becoming a standard. At the moment, I think there's 3 tournaments going on for card games or games on a mobile phone, right? I think there's Vainglory, Clash Castle, or whatever it is, and one other game, and they have literally like $1 million top prize for a MOBA game.
A mobile game.
Mobile game, sorry.
yeah.
So for a mobile game, you're looking at $1 million top prize, which is insane.
Yeah, it's just, and it's funny because it ties into that whole corporate sponsorship tie-in as well, where there's just so much money and so much opportunity available within the gaming community. Like just as a couple of quick comparisons, like the richest prize pool in the world is usually the UEFA Champions League, which is football or soccer for most Australian, New Zealanders over here.
Soccer.
That's $75 million to the winning team. And then after that, the World Series in Major League Baseball is $22.5 million. So at the moment, Dota 2 is the second highest
and it still goes up until it finishes.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that it might outdo Major League Baseball.
Oh, it already is. It already is.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so it's number 2, and obviously it's got a long way to go to reach that 75 million, but
this is just the first
it's nuts.
Like dip in the ocean, really.
Yeah, like you think of the Super Bowl, which is one of the largest annual spectacles of sporting. That's only $11 million prize pool for the team. Wimbledon, the winners in Wimbledon get 3.9 million. And then you play Dota 2, sneaky 10.6 million US to split between you and your teammates and your team managers and stuff. It's just...
It's not too shabby.
One of the kids that won last year was 16. One of the kids on the winning team was 16 years old.
Can you imagine the cocaine habit he's got now? My God.
But no, it's a good thing to see, you know what I mean? Like, it's good for a sense that, you know, a lot of media now, because there's still people that sort of deny esports as an actual like sport now, or they don't consider it something that's serious. When you're looking at a $20+ million prize pool, whatever it ends up as, for 2 consecutive years in a row, and there's a lot of other sports or there's a lot of other games, that have these big $1 million prize pools, multi-million-dollar prize pools, you can't ignore that anymore. Any sort of traditional media that tries to ignore it is just going to fall behind.
Definitely. Like, it's still a very polarizing topic. That there is like a professional aspect and a career aspect in gaming, but like things on the back of this and even the next gamer and stuff like that, like society has to take it more seriously.
I like it because it's normalizing esports and it's making it more attainable and it's just putting it more in the commonplace of everybody. So you can't ignore it. When there's like $10 million, people are going to start standing up and paying attention to that kind of money.
Especially from a corporate side as well, which I think that we're starting to see now. There's not many corporate big companies that are sort of ignoring esport events anymore. You're just not seeing it. Like there's obviously, you know, Coke, you're seeing they're on there a lot more now. I know, what is that restaurant in the States that is a Mexican restaurant? And it's completely lost
Doesn't
my mind.
narrow it down.
There's like a sort of a McDonald's type thing.
Oh, you mean Taco Bell?
Not Taco Bell, it's a different one. But I know they just picked up an esport team, which is absolutely massive. So it's like you're looking at people like McDonald's now, you're looking at people like Taco Bell, you're looking at these monster companies, whether it be a car company, like different aspects that you think you'd never see, and they're jumping on with esport teams and trying to be involved and trying to get their logo on these companies, whether they pay couple of $1 million or whether they pay a smaller amount, you know, these are big companies.
Yeah, it all ties in. Like, it just proves that there's money to be made in gaming, and it's just got this rocket strapped to its back. It's just been on this upward trajectory the last several years, and it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
Only going to get bigger.
No signs of slowing down.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think? Hit us up, Invert Aim on all the socials. You guys played in any of these tournaments? You won any cash? You got a cocaine addiction? Hit us up at Invert Aim.
Let's be real.
Maybe not the last one. I'm not there to help people with that. That's not my thing. But yeah, make sure you guys give us feedback and make sure you guys let us know what you think about some of the subjects today at Invert Aim, like you said, on all the social media. I'm sure there'll be ways to be able to contact us as well directly, and we can all have a chat about it.
Well, that's it from us for episode 1 on Invert Aim. If you guys have anything you want to hit us up on, follow us on the socials, and we'll see you next time.